and where one of the most legendary monuments still stands from the motherland statue here in Volgograd. This is the 9th tallest freestanding statue in the world. Guys, you remember a few weeks ago we found the Motherland Monument back in Volgograd, and you remember there was a woman holding a sword. According to tradition, that sword was forged here in the Urals, and there's a monument in dedication to that. So today I'm here in Chelyabinsk and we are going to travel a few hundred kilometers west towards Magnitogorsk, and I promise you there we are going to find the absolute ultimate Soviet monument. So let's head to the bus station. Well, I made it to the bus station. Let's see what we can find. First of all, let's look for the bus schedule to Magnitogorsk, and then let's look for a ticket, right? Here's what I need, the bus schedule. Let's see. Oh, awesome. We have Magnitogorsk right here, and it's currently 8 o'clock, so if I'm lucky, I should be able to get on the 8:95 bus. The problem is, I don't really trust bus schedules in Russian bus stations, so I reckon I still had better go and ask, just to make sure.
Когда еду до Магнитогорска?
Ближайший?
Не знаю расписание.
На 11:11, время местное.
Ага, спасибо.
So as I said, the bus that I wanted to be on at 9 o'clock didn't exist for some reason, and they put me on a bus at 11 o'clock, so in 2 hours time. And second of all, it's going to be a 5-hour bus ride. Wow, in the summer heat of Russia. I definitely hope it's going to be a comfortable ride. Please, let it be comfortable.
Five hours later.
Oh man, my legs! I'm getting old, I have to say. A few years ago, there was no problem for me just jumping on 8-hour, 9-hour, 10-hour bus rides, but after these 5 hours from Chelyabinsk to Magnitogorsk, there is a reason why, according to Soviet tradition, the sword of the motherland was forged right here in Magnitogorsk, and that is because throughout history Magnitogorsk has had one of the largest and biggest steel and iron industries. Back in the 1930s, according to Stalin's 5-year plans, the town was to be modeled after Gary, Indiana, in becoming a one-industry town. And that is also the reason why Magnitogorsk is considered to be one of the worst polluted cities, not just in Russia, but in the world. So I'm risking my life filming today here in Magnitogorsk. And wow, just as I got to the Lenin statue of Magnitogorsk, the sun came out. How awesome is that? Check it out, the Lenin statue of Magnitogorsk, right in front of the Polytechnical University of Magnitogorsk. Wow. Oh, come on, I've been waiting on this taxi forever. It's been over a minute. I found out that there's another Lenin monument in town, which is pretty cool. I've seen the pictures on the internet and it definitely does look cool. So before we get to the ultimate Soviet monument in the town of Magnitogorsk, I want to check out our second Lenin of the day. I said second with a Russian accent, right? Our second Lenin of the day. Well, finally somebody is coming to pick me up, Mr. Chingiz, who's coming in 8 minutes. Подскажите, адрес правильный? Я найду это в адресе, да? И там заводы тоже, да? Зона завода.
Там, да, первая проходная.
Угу. Хорошо.
Бюро пропусков. Я просто работаю на комбинате этом.
Да?
Да.
Нет, не надо, спасибо. Well, I read that Magnitogorsk is one of the worst cities in the world, not just in Russia, when it comes to traffic congestion. Especially at this time of the day. Check it out. Это час пик, да?
Да, да.
И правда, что воздух нехороший?
Да, очень.
Да? Ага. Ага.
Особенно с утра. С утра вот так прям сильно ощущается.
Да. Угу.
Бывает сильный туман такой.
Ага. Wow, and you see all these people are coming back from the factories where they work at in Magnitogorsk. Of course, the Lenin statue that I want to check out is located in the industrial area. It's actually right in front of one of the main factories of Magnitogorsk, and that's why you see many people coming back from work like this. Ooh, I believe I found something like 40 or 55 Lenins by now during my time in Russia. I thought it was more, but I actually counted them the other day. But this one that I'm going to see now is definitely the best one. The only shame is that the sun is not on the right side, so it might be a bit difficult to get a nice picture of it, but yeah, let's go. The best Lenin in the whole of the former Soviet Union. I'm excited. Wow, look at this, a huge Lenin bust rising from its pedestal, pointing to what's behind. And what's behind is the entrance to the metallurgic factory of Magnitogorsk, with Soviet art to the right and to the left side. The factory which has made the fortune of Magnitogorsk in an economic sense, but which has also condemned the city to decades of pollution and polluted air. I was reading a few hours ago that only 28% of the children being born here in Magnitogorsk are 100% healthy. I find this Soviet art to be very telling about the industry on which Magnitogorsk has been prospering over the past few decades. You see Soviet miners mining the iron around the town of Magnitogorsk. Also, the name of the town itself comes from magnet, which of course is a popular natural resource all over Russia, and Gorsk means mountain, from the mountains that used to be mined, that are still mined over the town of Magnitogorsk. And you see up there, you see the hammer and sickle of the USSR. Here you have a mention of the Oktyabrskaya Revolution, the October Revolution. Wow, goodbye Lenin, it's been a pleasure, really. And now, before we move on to the ultimate Soviet monument, there's one other thing that I want to do, which is cross from Asia into Europe. In case you didn't know, Magnitogorsk, surely you didn't know, Magnitogorsk is built on two continents because it's crossed by the Ural River, which makes up the difference, the border between Europe and Asia. So now I'm on the eastern part and I'm just about to cross the bridge on the Ural River and I'm going to get into Europe. How cool is that? Здравствуйте.
Впечатление?
Ну, я здесь несколько часов. Я хотел просто посмотреть очень красивые памятники, да? Ленин вот здесь, а потом есть другой, не знаю как называется, но как большой памятник советский. Может, я не знаю. А до этого я хочу мост проходить, чтобы я мог...
Евробазе.
Да, мне это круто, я думаю. А вы европейский или азиатик? Где вы живете? Налево или...
Я направо живу.
Значит, в Европе. Хорошо. А люди, которые живут здесь, они живут в Азии. Понял. Но это один город, да? Магнитогорск, конечно. The smell, пахнет, да, запах. Всегда такое? Вау.
Ну это же черная металлургия.
Ага.
Вот они, их тут 9 штук стоит подряд.
Понял.
Но когда будете у памятника тыл фронту, вся панорама будет видна.
Хорошо. When we get to the monument, to the ultimate Soviet monument that we want to get to today, they're saying we will get a nice view over the industry and the factories of the city. Просто удивляет запах. Не представляю, как можно здесь жить, если всегда такой запах.
Привыкай.
Да?
Человек привыкает. Вот мост центральный.
До конца маршрута
О, это мост, да?
Граница, по которому вы хотели пройти.
Да.
Да, вот сейчас переедем на ту сторону, я вам покажу.
Хорошо, хорошо тогда. Переедем, двигаемся в Европу на машине тогда.
Да.
Хорошо. You guys say this is the Ural River. We're officially crossing from Asia into Europe. I'm back home. I'm back home in Europe. Я уже дома в Европе. Я вернулся. Oh, guys, let's check out the sign. The Ural River. I'm back in Europe. After a short trip into Asia, I was in Chelyabinsk this morning, in the Asian part of Russia, and now I'm back in Europe. Look at that! Look at the factories on the Asian side of Magnitogorsk. Look at the Ural River. And now, let's go back to the sign. Bear with me for a couple of seconds, and Europa, Europe, Asia, Europe. This is the European side, Asian. If you were to cross back this bridge, you would get back into Asia, Asia, Europa, Magnitogorsk. I'm at the edge of Europe. Wow, how cool. Wow, I don't think I've ever been to a city which just smells so bad. Look at the factories on the other side of the river. One there, another one there, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. All these factory chimneys which contribute to the smell of this city to be absolutely atrocious, man. You see it over there, it's almost sunset time, it's the golden hour, and what better time to get to the ultimate Soviet monument right there in the distance. Yes, we almost made it. Of course, everywhere where you have a Soviet monument of this kind, you have some sort of memorial to the people who fought in the Second World War. And you see here it says Герой Советского Союза. And these are some of the people who perished, probably from Magnitogorsk, who fought for their motherland back 70, 75, 76 years ago, between 1941 and 1945. And right in front, look at this, you have the giants of the Soviet Union, the 2 Soviet workers handing the sword to each other before the sword was to be sent to the front, to Stalingrad, to Volgograd, to fight the invasion of Nazi Germany. Wow, 2 absolute units, like most of the people depicted in Soviet monuments. And just look at this, you have one worker looking over the Ural River, facing east towards Asia, whereas the other one is facing west towards Europe, towards the direction from where the threat was coming from. Stunning. Well, today has been quite the trip, and it's been quite a successful one. We started out in Chelyabinsk, we jumped on a 5-hour bus ride, and we made it here in Magnitogorsk to this place right here. We set out a goal, we wanted to catch this amazingly Soviet monument, and we succeeded. So, there's not much else for me to do today here in Magnitogorsk. I'm probably going to admire this for around half an hour longer and then I'll head home or somewhere else. So thank you very much for sticking with me until the very end, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, thank you, bye.